Clare Local Development Company delivers the SICAP programme in County Clare. This case study demonstrates the extensive collaborative work that's carried out between local community, voluntary and statutory organisations to provide supports to new communities in North Clare. You'll hear from SICAP team members, representatives from various organisations and new communities themselves. We'll discuss how we provide inclusive supports to Syrian refugees in Ennistimon, asylum seekers in Lisdoonvarna and Ukrainians now living in Ballyvaughan, Lisdoonvarna, Lahinch and Liscannor.
I suppose we need to talk about the collaboration in North Clare between all the various agencies. I suppose initially we have the local Community Development Committee in County Clare, which comprises of many agencies, private and public bodies, and from that we have a subcommittee which is called the Ukrainian Community Response Forum, and that has created great linkages between all the agencies around the county, but in particular in North Clare where we have huge numbers of Ukrainian community. Approximately 1,200 between all the 4 or 5 towns up there.
Lisdoonvarna is a social enterprise and has had an amazing collaboration with CLDC and very much supported through the SICAP programme for a long period of time, initiated through the Direct Provision Centre in the King Thomond, and more recently our work would have been involved in kind of universal community and making sure that there's integration now with our new Ukrainian friends and visitors, and providing whatever platforms are needed from basic needs to activities and quality of life. From a practical point of view, the funding is fantastic. And then from community engagement point of view, it's just that little bit of research on what's needed at the current time, which really works. So it's like sometimes that we can provide, I suppose, the platform, and then CLDC will come with all of the supports that are needed. And without that, I don't think that we could have achieved the successes that we have done over the years.
Lisdoonvarna Links we set up in 2018, and the first time we got in touch with you was over coffee mornings that we hosted here in the pavilion. You were able to support us with funding to run these and also activities. We also met through the interagency then, which started just after the Direct Provision Centre opened in Lisdoonvarna. I think the knowledge that we have now, 4 years later, we wouldn't have that without the interagency meeting, without CLDC, without SISC, on dealing with things within the community and also kind of focusing on integration and social inclusion.
Our work is very much hands-on, working directly with people, trying to support them to find solutions and to step forward with their lives as they settle here in Clare for however long. Over the years, we have obviously all had to work with many other groups to try and get good outcomes and fill gaps in services for people. In 2015, we went to the Clare Local Development Company and we're talking about trying to have an interagency grouping for people working with new communities. That was established, and in fairness to CLDC, they took over adminning and hosting, which has been fantastic, and they've kept that up until this day. I think most of us would accept at this point that no matter what our individual work is, that the essence of really getting far is collaboration and interagency work, and we're delighted to be doing that with SICAP and CLDC on an ongoing basis.
We thought it would be useful to set up a separate interagency. We were able to extend an invitation to a wider audience of local and relevant community groups, some of which included the local primary school, Mary Immaculate Secondary School, Lisdoonvarna Links, Lisdoonvarna Fáilte. One of the key elements of the interagency was to have a voice from the residents here in King Thomond. So I worked with the residents and set up a residents committee, which has been going strong for the last number of years. It's been really beneficial to have the North Clare interagency already established, particularly this year with the influx of Ukrainians coming to the area.
Personally, it was on education and the courses. I've learned so much. They were offered so many courses. Whatever we needed, whatever it was a need, it was offered. And apart from the courses, we also helped. Most of the time when we want to go to Ennis, maybe for courses, the bottleneck was transport. Through this interagency, all those problems were addressed. It was like a link between the residents and the management and the outer group. Because in the interagency, we had people from different backgrounds. We had links. We had the people who were dealing with legal issues like Ola and Karen. So it was like having one cake with so many parts that helped me and the residents.
That's when I suppose, Michelle, you and I met and discussed the idea of running out a programme in particular focused on employment. It was a wonderful piece of collaboration at a time when initially I thought disaster has struck. One thing that became apparent quite quickly was access to information was vital for these people to progress. And it's been a very big outcome from my project that ended in August, but the role is now being mainstreamed. And the Working Life in Ireland programme is, as I say, an outcome that I'm going to carry with me.
Clare Local Development Company have been providing after-school sports and homework projects in the county since about 2014, and I suppose we decided that at the time the best model was to replicate a homework provision in the primary schools.
What the Homework Club provides is a 3-day service for about 15 kids from the Syrian and the Traveller community in Ennistimon. The kids get great value out of it. They come in every day, it's their club. They just, even when they don't have homework, they come in just to come in and have the space for the short time, have a snack, have a chat, catch up, see how their day is going. That's a really valuable part of the service. Then we switch over to the homework. We split up into small groups. We normally have about one staff from volunteers and from students and things, so we can give everybody lots of attention and knuckle down on the work.
I suppose in the course of our yearly reviews, we decided that maybe what we could do was work collaboratively and offer a service that could target all the children, not just the ones in Scull-Van-Keen, but all children going to different schools around the catchment area. And that worked really, really well, and I suppose we were getting really positive feedback from the school and from the vocational school. It just goes to show that if you have a good relationship and a good collaborative relationship with an organisation, that you can respond to the needs of the community and I suppose the most marginalised young people and children.
We would have found that collaborating with the different agencies and with the local authority has been great. It has allowed us all to know what everyone else is doing. We can see a county-wide approach to what's happening, and then more locally and regionally we know exactly what's happening. Being able to link with the local authority around the county-wide remit has been great. It has provided all the agencies with a platform to be able to discuss issues and being able to work together to provide resources and provide answers to those issues.
It was a great time for our Ukrainian children to spend great days at Irish summer camp and to have new experience. We had a lot of activities such as sport activities, kitchen lessons, yoga lessons. Also we had art lessons. I want to say thank you very, very much Irish teachers, and they have great relationship with our Ukrainian children, and every child felt like a child. They forgot about difficult situation in our country. So thank you very, very much.